So, in our previous video, we learned about how to create a tree and learn how to execute our code, what to view what we're waiting to see our progress. And as we can see, like we said the website in its basic form. This as it is right now, what we can see here in my screen is a website. It has nothing on it, it is just plain. You said the website is just like an empty sheet of paper, a white plain sheet of paper. It has nothing. So those things which you see on those websites, you go even Facebook, that you see that those are the work behind the scene. Those are the things that are being placed inside the website. So we are going to be putting something into this website to make it look something like this from start, for the sake of our tutorial on any. And as we go on, we're going to be making more, advancing it more. You can see, unlike what we had in former, it was just white, plain, nothing was on it. But now we can see the body is blue, the entire body is blue, and you can see hello world, welcome to my website, and you can see we have some kind of login. So on the button, what is the first thing to do? How can we do that compared to what we have here? No matter how much you refresh, we set these icons to refresh, some kind of some sort of magic is not just going to appear to bring out those things. So, and we also learned about how to change the title of our um, what we have here, coding made easy, unlike what we had before in the previous video. So website look a little more like this. Firstly, we are going to make our firstly let's change the color of our the body of the internet of and I'm not going to be sorry, so say the website rather website. Now I might not be using the word website during the throughout this or the course of this tutorial. I might be using the word the DOM, DOM. So it's good we are familiar with the DOM. The word, so when you hear me say the DOM, you know what I'm talking about. It's just like the website himself, but the DOM, that's not the actual meaning. The DOM has its own meaning, and the meaning of the DOM is so to change the style of our body, all I have to do is you can see before the greater than, I'll give a space, just one space, a space, and write style. So you can see, let me go back to it. See style. You can see this is an attribute. Style here is an attribute. So what I have to do is to click this button, like I said before. It will automatically complete it, and you can see we have an equal to and a colon double quote, a double quote. Sorry about that, there are so many symbols in my head, so I was trying to like get the name of it. So we have a double quote. Please mark this arrangement of how it is, the order. To create it, you have is a equal to first before the double quote, and equal to, then we have the double quote. We can also have single quote. It's still going to work the same way, but for this case you have to use double quote. For explain you, as time goes on you understand why, but for now leave it like that, the way it is by default. Don't change it. Double quote, so equal to the double quote. So what do we want to do? We want to change the color of the body, the color of the body of our website. That's what we want to do. We want to change it to blue. So to change the body color of the body to blue, we'll just say don't now for most of us, we usually think about color, right? Just put color. Now, one thing I want us to notice that the spelling of color, as we know, is COLOUR. If you use this spelling, it's not going to work. The spelling the computer understands is COR. That's it, not CUR. Yes, you might be wondering why is it not working. These little things can alter your code. Now, all that thing you should note, we have color and we have background color. So in this case, we are not going to be using color. Color is used for, now look at it, it's self-explanatory. Background color is affecting the color of the what? Background of the body. Why just color is affecting not the background. If you use color, it's not going to affect the background, it's going to affect the text inside the background. Now you see what I mean later. Let me remove this. Let me remove that. Let me create an element tag. Let's say h3 h. Now if you look at, we have h1, h2 tag, h3 for h3 tag, h4 tag, h5 tag, all the way to h6 tag. That is the last one. h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6 tag. Now the order of series, the size is as it's going down to h6. h6 is the smallest size, h1 is the largest. So I'm going to be picking h2. I don't want the largest. h2 or h3. Yeah, let me pick h3. See, it automatically complete it. Now let's write this is, you can write whatever you want. Whatever you write in between here is going to be displayed on the website. So you write text in between this block where you have after the greater than, the less than of the closing. So remember, this is the opening tag and this is the closing tag where there's forward slash. So whatever you write in between will be displayed there. So let's write this kind of tag is an header tag, and that's what we want to write. This is a header tag. So if I run this, you can see it shows. Now, unlike if I get rid of this thing, unlike before, let me just cut it and it's automatic copy to clipboard. You can see there's nothing. The only thing that we've done so far is the title, coding made easy. But if I undo, you can undo this. Look at the button to undo. I'm going to paste everything back. See, this is a header tag. We've succeeded in creating something on the DOM, on our website, putting something on it. So this is one of the reasons I love using a code. See, it's quicker. I can even undo it. You do it. I can move it up, move it down. I can easily copy as many as I want. I can undo, and I can select the direction I want to copy it, upwards or downwards. I can undo it as well. I can move my mouse up. I can move it down, left, right, anywhere. So you don't have it like that. I can reshape this, so you don't have it the way it is like other most text editor out there at the time of creating this video. So let's proceed. Now let's say this is what I mean. We have succeeded in creating this header tag. This is an header tag. Now let's change that color. Well, the color by default is always going to be black. As you can see, it's black. So if for any reason I'm to make the body of my website black, this text is going to match with it and it's going to disappear. It's going to be there, but you won't see it because everything is black. So you should keep that in mind. Now let me say I want to change it to style. It's an attribute. Change it to uh, yellow. I'm going to say color, color, and then I'm going to put a semicolon and then write what the color do I want now? Let's say yellow. What now? Yeah. So run this. You can see it's yellow right now. Maybe it might not be so clear. Let me change it to red. Right. You can see now. You get the idea. This is now red. You can see the only thing that's affected on this right now is the text inside the website. Now we created a text inside the body of the website. You know, the website, it has an head, which is this place that we have our title, code images. This is the head. This area is the head. We have a title there, and this is the body area. In the body, we created a text, a header, rather a header element. Just as you have a newspaper, there's always a heading. This what this H stands for. It's an heading. So we gave it a styling. We changed the color from black to red using the color attribute, the style attribute, and the color keywords rather, not attribute. Sorry. So you can see the point I want to get here. The color, using the color, we affect only the text, because if you don't understand this, you don't know master these differences. You might be writing yours and it may be giving a different result, and you'll be wondering what's going on. The work of color is different from when I say background color. If I had background, so in CSS, when I say CSS, these are two words. Background is one word, color is another word. Now to merge these two words together, we use a dash like this. But in JavaScript, you don't do it. So in JavaScript, the next word have to be capitalized. The first letter of the next word have to be capitalized like this. But since we're not doing so in JavaScript, we're not teaching of that JavaScript right now. We're going to leave it like this. Take a good look at it. So now, if I am to run this, you will see. Can you see it now? You can see
there's something called the box model. The box model.
you see the way this how the body is. It has a height of this almost about like a 10 pixels or more, and it has a height and a width. So any element relative, it gains its height relatively to the content inside. What it means is that if there was no text inside, it's not just going to have that height as you see. You might not even see anything. So it moves relatively to what you put in. You see, it's working, but there's nothing inside. But if I just put one word, I, any letter, just one single letter, you can see it has its width, which is the length, as default, and its height. So there's always a spacing. That is how it was made by default, a spacing that it must have. If I'm to keep on texting, writing so much words, write a lot of words, lot of rubbish, you can see is okay, or it's just going to still keep on going. So it moves, it goes relatively with its content inside. So this h3, as we see, is inside where the body of the element. Now h3 on the source also say like a body, but you can see the difference. We have background color. You can see when we use only color, only the text was affected. The text was changed to red, but now we're using background color. The text is still the former color it was by default. Pardon me, let me write that again. Coding made easy. Is that what we had before? Okay, let me go right. Okay, yeah, this is an header tag. This is an header tag. You can see the text is black, dark by default, and the body is now red because we are saying change the color of the body. So if this is not what you want to affect is the text, you should be sure to do this. Now don't be, if you notice something, when I cancelled that first color double quote, you see everything turned yellow. Is to show you that there's an error. Undo it. Everything has to be inside the colon bracket. You understand later? So let's run this and see. You see, this is what we want. So meaning when I wanted to style the body, I'm not going to say color, rather I'm going to say background and color. Let's see if it will even work like this without putting that dash on it. Background color set to blue. Background color set to blue. So it didn't work. It didn't work. Why? Because we didn't put this. So let's run it again, and voila, you see, that is how it works. It's so simple. It's as simple as just normal. It's even more simpler than your mathematics which you study. Now if I'm to add you to this color, it's not going to work. You see that it didn't work, so you have to just be familiar with this. So bringing this part of this video to an end, one thing I want you to know, there's difference between background color and color. The background color is meant to affect the